Hey everyone, so welcome to this session. Welcome to this webinar about AWS services, Amazon Web Services. Okay, so I can tell you for next 30 to 40 minutes, I am going to talk about cloud computing and AWS in particular. So you can keep your all distractions aside because next 30-40 minutes are going to be very important with respect to your career. I'll be talking about and what is the importance of cloud computing and AWS in particular in coming future. Okay. So now coming to me, so who am I? Okay. So my name is Priyanjay Goswami and I'm currently working at Capgemini as a senior consultant. Okay. I have close to 8 years of total experience. I have worked with very big banks like BNP Paribas, which is one of the largest French bank, and also with Morgan Stanley. Okay, so it is the second largest bank, investment bank in the world. Okay, I have very good experience working with AWS on the real-time projects, and currently I'm working on GCP. Okay, so I also provide trainings on AWS and in general for cloud computing. So let me show you about my LinkedIn profile first. Okay. So you can check me on LinkedIn with name Priyanjay Goswami. You can see I currently working at Capgemini, and this is my previous experiences. Also, I'm a certified AWS developer. So you can see my credentials over here. So if I go on Credly, this badge was issued to me on 20th July. I attended few months back. And also I'm intended to take the solutions architect certification in the coming days. Okay, and it's just a matter of attending that because just it's very important for me to get the certification before I tell something about AWS or cloud to the audience. Right now, coming to cloud computing market. Okay, so cloud computing market is rapidly increasing, and I have the statistics coming from this market.us, one of the leading website about the statistical data about certain things. Okay, so currently we are in 2024, the market is over 700 billion, but the interesting thing is in next 8 years the market is going to get 3 times bigger. Okay, and with the CAGR of 16%. So every 3 to 4 years, the market is going to get doubled. Okay. So this is very conservative. Okay. So there are other statistics websites which has given the CAGR could be upward of 20 to 23%. Okay. This is very conservative number. You can check on internet also. So the AWS market is going to be more than 2.5 trillion to 3 trillion by 2032 in next 8 years. So just understand how much demand it is going to create. Currently also there are not enough skilled cloud engineers in the market. So companies are not able to tap those skilled engineers because there is not enough talent pool in the market. Okay. So coming to what is leading to this expansion of cloud computing all across the world. So there will be high demand of cloud skills because of the increase of the cloud market. There are more companies adopting to cloud computing, and also this AI, machine learning, IoT based applications are shifting to cloud because of the cloud has the ability to provide high computation, right? High storage, high computation. It is highly available, more secure, right? And less investment cost compared to in-house data centers or the servers, right? So that is giving an edge over in-house traditional way of having our servers than going to the cloud. Okay, so now increase in cloud computing market share or the market size is going to need for high demand cloud skills. Of course they will need engineers to support that, right? There is a rapid growth of cloud market because of the newer technology coming over cloud. Okay, it is cost efficient and it is easily scalable. We can have multi reason or multi AG setups in cloud very easily with just few options to click and do the configurations. Okay, it is cost efficient because there is no upfront high amount of cost. Okay, I mean it is mostly pay as you go, but if you take for 1 to 3 years of contract with these cloud providers, they provide lot cheaper options to us. Okay. Innovation and future proofing. So all the innovation in the IT sector is happening mostly with respect to cloud computing. The reason is cloud computing is able to give that high storage, high availability, resilience, high resilience, then high computation of CPUs, RAM, etc. Okay, that is leading to high consumption of cloud computing. Okay, security and compliance. So this is highly secure, and also it abides the law of the local governments wherever the reason it is deployed into. So companies or especially banks, they will be able to take care of their compliance needs. Okay. It is disaster recovery and business continuity. So since these cloud providers have their setups in multiple countries, and even in a country there are multiple data centers. For example, Amazon has 2 data centers, one in Mumbai, and recently in 2022 they opened in Hyderabad. Now they are also planning to open in Pune or in Delhi NCR. So in few years there will be lot of data centers or AZ availability zones for them within India itself. In US they have more than 10. Okay, similarly they have in Europe, they have a few in Africa as well, they have in China, in Japan, in South Korea. So they have all across the world all these availability zones and their in turn data centers that provides business continuity. Because if one of the data center is down because of, let's say, any flood happens or any natural calamity happens, still there are other data centers which are able to support. Okay, so that business continuity remains there, it does not stop anywhere. Okay, it is cost effective experimentation and innovation. So let's say a lot of R&D goes, especially for these AI based companies, they spend a lot of money in this R&D, right? They can do over cloud because it is the pricing is pay as you go or some fixed amount per se. Also there are multiple pricing options these companies provide. But the good thing is there is no upfront for setting up the infrastructure which traditionally used to be. So they will be able to spend that money onto that R&D and get some insightful data out of it and plan their business, right? Now, as I said, AI and machine learning integration, it's very easy to start setting up your models in cloud and start working with that. Okay. Now, coming to AWS. So I talked about cloud computing in general in the previous slide, that how important it is going to be in future. But I'm coming to AWS. Why? Because AWS came as a early, it came in 2003-4 itself with, it launched with its EC2 and SQS services. So it has got the early advantage because it came early. Okay, so it has got the highest market share. If you see 31% of market share, this is coming from Statista. This is one of the very famous website. Okay, so 31%, 1/3 of the market is captured by alone AWS. Azure is at 25%, and then GCP, Alibaba Cloud, they have very small share, right? So AWS, since it came early, okay, it has got high market share. Okay, and this data is from Q1 2024, just recently. So it is a market leader and it is very popular. Most of the companies has chosen AWS. Okay, it has given comprehensive service offering. So it gives services for be it computing, be it storage, be it networking, be it AI, be it IoT or data analytics. All kind of services are there to support your business. Okay, it has got strong community and ecosystem. So I'll give you, for example, Java came early in 1995, and since after coming, it became very popular. So a lot of people moved to Java. Now even after 20 years, okay, it has been one of the most popular programming language even today. And the advantage is it has got strong community. So same goes to AWS because it came early. Lot of people has already worked on AWS. Lot of blog posts, lot of data is available. Okay, so it has a very strong community. So if you have any query, you can post online and you can get the solutions for that, right? Ease of learning and documentation. AWS has a phenomenal documentation, although it's very huge because there are a number of services and it has given its documentation in very detail. Okay. It has cost effectiveness. So over the years, AWS has reduced its pricing to make it more competitive than the others and also to remain more relevant and having higher market share. Okay. It has wide range of services like for compute, storage, AI, ML, IoT, data analytics, all kinds of solutions are there by AWS. Okay. Strong career growth potential in AWS related roles. Why? Because one, cloud market is going to get bigger and AWS remains the leader. Okay. Over last 15-20 years, AWS is consistently the leader in the cloud market. So there are more number of jobs in AWS, and in future also this is going to remain the trend. It's not going to be for Azure or GCP to take over because AWS is constantly investing a lot of money in its services to improve it, to make it more competitive, more secure, etc. Okay. Trusted by enterprise and startups. So if you hear about startups and if you go to Google and check that, most of startups go for AWS because of its cost effectiveness. So it is cheaper than other solutions. Okay. Now core services of AWS. So AWS provide a range of services, but few important services just want to give a glimpse about. We have IAM, which is for identity and access management. So it provides access to AWS services. It gives restrictions to the users or groups or even for one AWS service to access another AWS service. So it gives very granular permissions to each user or groups or any other service for what they are looking to access to. Okay. Amazon EC2, this is basically a virtual server used for computing. S3 is a storage. So AWS said it is an infinitely storage service. You can store any amount of data on S3. Okay. It is very secure, very scalable. As I said, RDS is a managed database. It's a relational database service. Okay. So we can create our database with SQL, Oracle, MariaDB, PostgreSQL or SQL Server on AWS. And this is fully managed. It is all taken care by AWS, whether it is software updates, patching, etc. Okay. Then we have Lambda. This is serverless computing. A very phenomenal thing which came in the cloud computing is serverless computing. We don't have to provision any server. Okay, AWS will take care of creating a number of servers, their capacity. Okay, based on what load it is going to go through. Okay, so very important service. Then we have DynamoDB. For NoSQL databases, we use DynamoDB. Basically, it is a very distributed kind of database with very high performance and it stores in key value pairs. Okay. Amazon VPC belongs to network management. So we can create our private network, virtual private network. We can design our public network or whatever we want to do, we will be able to do. There are various services within that also that we can talk about. Okay. Then we have Route 53. Route 53 is basically for DNS management. So resolving DNS query. Then there are multiple things, in DNS also comes that is covered within Route 53. Elastic load balancing. If you go for distributed applications, then you need to have load balancers. Okay. And behind those load balancer, either you can keep EC2 or you can keep Lambda. So that you will be able to manage the load among the services. Now AWS use cases. AWS has wide range of use cases. So it serves almost all kind of purposes. Start with web hosting. So you can host your website, be it a static website or a dynamic website, and you can make it available across the world, anywhere in the world. Okay, and with very small latency, like the latency for these hosting is extremely low. In case of AWS, it is in single digits of milliseconds. Okay, data and storage backups. We can store any amount of data on AWS, and if the usage is not very frequent, it is going to be a lot cheaper. Okay, big data and analytics. We can do that data warehousing, real-time analytics on AWS, machine learning and AI. We can create our models. We can feed the data to train them, and then we can do all the AI integrations as well with the help of AWS services. Internet of Things, we can create our IoT devices, we can connect to our hardwares, and then we can perform operations. Okay. Mobile and web application development, we can create mobile apps, we can create wide range of desktop applications or web applications using AWS services. Okay. CDNs, content delivery network. So we can cache our data to any of the edge locations across the world, and we can serve to the end consumer. And that helps in reducing the latency of the data reaching to the end user. Okay. DevOps and CI/CD, it has a wide range of stack of services which helps for DevOps and complete continuous integration and continuous deployment. Okay. For financial services, it has got lot of security related services and compliance services to deal with. Okay. Healthcare and life sciences, it has got again analytics of genome or patients related data, where to store, how to store securely. Those solutions are there by AWS. Okay. Now, we have talked a lot about AWS. Now, for somebody who is interested to go and take the AWS certification, what are the paths, different steps they need to take? To start with, if you are not from, if you're from college, for example, then you should go for cloud practitioner. This is very fundamental. Okay, this is very fundamental about AWS services, what they do, and very high level overview about that. But somebody who is experienced, I will suggest go for AWS Developer Associate or AWS Solutions Architect Associate. Now, these two are almost at the same difficulty level. Maybe a developer associate will be little bit difficult because it has got more practical but lesser service to cover. In case of solutions architect associate, it has little bit more services, it covers more services but not in very deep detail. Okay. So if you are good with, your hands-on, go with AWS Developer Associate, and then you can go with Solutions Architect. Okay. Now, if you are aiming to go and become a cloud architect in future, then next certification will be Solutions Architect Professional. Okay. On top of that, you can go for these advanced certifications, either networking or security. Okay. These are specialized certifications. Okay. Then comes to, if you are going for DevOps roles, then you should go with AWS Developer, then DevOps Engineer Professional, and on top of that, if you are interested, go with either Advanced Networking or Security. Now, SysOps, if you are going as a subset of DevOps, right, then you can go with this SysOps and then either of these two. For data engineers, they can go with this Data Engineer Associate. And if they are going for ML side, then they can go for this ML machine learning specialty. If they are interested to do some networking or security related things, they can go with either of these two. So these are the pathway, but to start with, you should go with either Solutions Architect Associate or AWS Developer Associate. Later on, Solutions Architect Professional certification is not at all difficult, and I'm sure that in just few days or few weeks of preparation, you will be able to clear. Okay. So this is about the certification path. Now, what are the services we will cover in case you plan to take training from us? Okay. Now, I have given only the key services, around 20 services I have given here. But apart from these, we will be also covering about lot of services, but particularly they won't be in very detail because they will not be needed for either your job interview or for certification. These services are very important for your job interview, for your daily work if you are working with AWS services in your project, and also for the certification. So these services we are going to cover in very detail, and there will be nothing left, I tell you. Almost everything we are going to cover about, you will become master of this, because we will be doing a lot of hands-on. So I have seen a lot of trainings, they don't give hands-on on these services. They give, this basic hands-on, and they will just skip the topic. But we are going to give very less theoretical, only important things which you can remember, which are needed to be there for interview and for certification. But we will be covering lot in detail about the hands-on, because that is the critical piece, and that you need to do more. Okay. Now I have taken few salary brackets from US basically. So if you see, the least salary is 1,51,009. So 1.5 lakhs per annum in dollar terms. That turns out to be 1.2 CR in Indian rupees roughly. Okay. But it is not the average salary in US, I tell you. Average salary in US is around $85,000, okay, in USD terms. So this is obviously more than 40% or 50% above the standard salary, or roughly doubled, right? Even if you get 1.2 CR or 1 CR, that is more than the standard salary for any IT role in US, okay? And this is the entry level engineers. So even in India, for entry level AWS developers, they get around 6 to 8 lakhs if they are good at. Okay. If they are not good at, of course, they will go with 3.5, 2.5, 4, 4.5. These are the packages which standard these companies give, service-based companies give, right? But if you target for product-based companies, that package will go above 15, 20 lakhs for these skills, AWS or cloud skills. But even if you go for service-based companies, they will be able to offer better salary in bracket of 6 to 10 lakhs if you have good knowledge in cloud computing, because these are niche skills, right? AWS cloud computing or AI, machine learning, data analytics, these are hot in demand, right? So it's very important that the proposition of getting your higher salary increases with these AWS certification, or importantly it's knowledge, right? More than certification, you need to have knowledge. But of course, if there are two candidates, one is certified AWS and other is having just the knowledge, recruiter point of view, if you think, then they will be able to pick the profile who is certified, right? And that's why I recommend people to do the certification. It's not difficult. If you prepare for 3 months dedicatedly, if you take a proper training, you will get certified, I tell you. Okay. Now what we provide in this training. So this training is going to be for roughly 2 to 2.5 months. Okay. If you take weekend classes, each class will be 2 hours. Okay. Every Saturday and Sunday. We will take live sessions. Okay. We will provide the recorded videos of these live sessions. We will provide you PDF notes. What we will discuss, they will be pointer based, and wherever details are required, we will also keep in detail, but something which you can remember. Okay, it's not like too much theory we will give, which you won't be able to remember, right? So all these important things we will provide you in notes. And we will do demo labs. For each service, we will do very detailed demo, that every option you will be able to understand why they are there, okay, why they are used for. And then after end of the training, we will provide you, we will do projects, at least 2-3 projects, real-time projects we will do. That is, that is going to give value to your resume. You will be able to put in your resume, okay. These projects are realistic. These are industry level projects that we are going to do with. Okay. So, all right. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And I hope it is valuable for you, and you got a good glimpse about AWS and cloud computing. What is the future scope and how much important this is. All right. Thank you. See you.